What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another episode of Career Mode. I don't know what the episode number is, so I apologise for that, but it is the Champions League final. That's all you need to know. We're into the Champions League final with Millwall, and we're going to be taking on Real Madrid. I am absolutely so excited for it because, of course, it's the first time we've reached Champions League final with Millwall in our first ever season in it as well. And yeah, I did say before the series ends, and certainly before I leave Millwall anyway, I have to win the Champions League. So this is our chance. This is our chance. But we take them on here, and yeah, hopefully we can go ahead and win the Champions League. And before I start, I want to say as well, guys, thanks so much for all support on the series. I really do appreciate it. By the time, well, actually, what episode number is this going to be? Well, we're into episode number 200 something anyway, and that's a lot of videos, you know. So that's an amazing amount of episodes, and you know, seriously, that's absolutely crazy to think we've done this many episodes. And considering most videos have been 10 minutes plus, live commentaries are always quite long. That's a huge achievement, and without you guys, we wouldn't have done that. So thank you so much for all the support. I really do appreciate it. And am I going to make any tactical changes? I might play Malanda for the physicality. Maybe drop Robinson to the bench. No, I'll leave Robinson on there. Yeah, we've done so many episodes, and I can't thank you enough for that, because of course, if you guys weren't watching the videos, I wouldn't be putting up the episodes, you know. So I really do appreciate it. And as per usual, if you can leave a like and help me out, you know, please do so. It really does help me out, and it only takes a second, of course. And yeah, there you go. So yeah, thanks very much for that. And of course, as this is a live commentary, I am going to be answering questions from Twitter. I'll be honest, I've just finished doing another live commentary, and to be honest, that was in my World Cup series, so it wasn't like doing questions and so on. But to be honest, my mouth is it's really hurting at the moment because I was talking constantly, and it's a little bit it's locked up a little bit. So if I sound a little bit dodgy, I apologise. But there you go. But anyway, if you want to, if you guys want to get involved with this series, you can follow me on Twitter at @Doclanders. All my social media stuff is in the description below. And yeah, you can ask me questions whenever I need questions for live commentaries. I'll always tweet out and say something like live commentary questions or any questions for a live commentary, and you guys can get involved, you know. And the reason I do like doing live commentaries for finals is because it changes it up a little bit, and also it gets you guys involved, you know. I like the idea of getting you guys involved in the series a bit more, you know, and hopefully this is one of the ways of doing that, you know. You guys can feel really involved with it, and I do like that. But yeah, I got some questions to answer, and I don't actually have too many because quite a lot of them I've already answered before, but we'll see what we can do with them anyway. But here's Real Madrid's side. It's pretty good, isn't it? It's pretty good. There's a few players in there that are most likely new gens, so I might do some scouting on them in the summer if they turn out to have a good game. But I think we can beat them. I mean, you look at our score, there's quality throughout it. I think we can beat this side, you know. I really do. I think we can beat Real Madrid here. And, you know, touch wood, my fingers are crossed, and I'm hoping for the best. I think that Gutierrez could be lifting this trophy. I really do. So, there you go. But anyway, let's answer some questions from Twitter, and hopefully you guys enjoy this live commentary and enjoy this Champions League final. So the first question comes from Kingdom Hearts. He says, he's a long-term sub of mine, Single Story Rory. He says, who is your favourite and least favourite pundit, analyst and presenter? My favourite would most likely be, well, you know, yeah, well, my favourite would be Tim Vickery, especially after this World Cup. He is so knowledgeable. I think Tim Vickery is great. He's a really knowledgeable person when it comes down to South American football. Excuse me for coughing there. He's a really knowledgeable person. He seems like a really nice guy as well, Tim Vickery. So Tim Vickery would probably be one of my favourites. I also really like Alan Shearer. I'm not going to lie, I do like Alan Shearer. As for least favourite, do you know, I can't stand Mark Lawrenson. I really can't. He's so... it's not the fact he appears quite negative at times. I don't mind that. What I don't like about it is his constant... Can I say constant whinging? I'm going to. His constant whinging about the players and the officials and the organisers. It's almost as if he's so... you know, as if football isn't really something he even enjoys. Do you know what I mean? That's what I don't like about it. It's nothing to do with the fact that at times he appears quite negative. You know, I'd be quite quite hypocritical if that was the case. It's just the fact that he just seems to whinge about everything in the game. You know, and you know, as a co-commentator or a pundit, whatever he's working at the time, on the BBC. It's so annoying to know that he's always got some kind of criticism and he won't shut up about it. You know, during the World Cup, for example, it was so frustrating and so tedious trying to listen to him with whoever he was working with, Guy Mowbray, for example, or anyone else. It was so frustrating to know that he would always find something to complain about and he wouldn't shut up about it. And sometimes it's the most, you know, arbitrary thing as well, you know, and there's basically no need for him to keep going on about it. It's so insignificant, you know. Like, there was something I remember, I think it might have been the semi-final. I was listening to him do a commentary. It might be the semi-final, maybe the quarter-final. And basically, as commentators, obviously you get like the team lineup sheets, the team sheets, if you will. And basically the BBC didn't get given their team sheet until like the 40th minute. There must have been some kind of mix-up, or you know, for whatever reason, I don't know, the photocopier machine broke. I don't know. They didn't get given the team sheet. But for goodness sake, Mark Lawrenson, it's the 21st century. If you want to find the team sheet and the players and you know, the bench and so on, I'm pretty sure you could probably get it from Twitter in about 30 seconds. And yet he wouldn't stop whinging about it, you know. And it's so, you know, I mean, yeah, sure, it must be frustrating when you're a commentator, and you know that's one of the basic things you kind of need, really. Yet you don't get given it. Yes, it could be frustrating, but come on, man, seriously. You know, do a little bit of research yourself, and you could fix your own problem in a few seconds, you know. So I can't stand Mark Lawrenson, I really can't. And again, it's nothing to do with his negativity. It's just the fact he whinges all the time about something. But yeah, favourite, definitely someone like Tim Vickery. I really like Danny Mills as well. I really like Danny Mills, and oh, thank you, Liali, I almost messed that up. I really like Danny Mills and Gary Neville as well. I really like Gary Neville. I think he's very, very tactically aware tactically, and yeah, I'd say there you go. I spent about 10 minutes there talking about why I don't like Mark Lawrenson. Sorry about that. Oh dear, it's just he's one of those very infuriating characters in the media. Next question comes from Henrik Lehman. He says, do you live with your parents or in your own place? I currently live with my dad, although in next year I'll definitely be hoping to move out and get my own place, but it's very, very hard to do that for different circumstances, which I can't go into for personal reasons. But yeah, at the moment I do live with my dad, but I'm certainly considering moving out in the near future. Next question comes from Marshall Davis. He says, what are you hoping will be added or changed for FIFA 15 career mode? I did a wish list on this in episode number 250, I think. No, episode 150? No. Episode 200? I can't remember now. Episode 200, I think it was actually. I did a career mode wish list, and if you want to find out what I'm hoping to be added or removed, if you will, you can go and watch that. But the main ones really were global transfer network should be either abolished or completely toned down, and also that new gens, regens, and youth scouting should not be as difficult as it is right now. Those were the main things, really. And there were a couple of things as well that I talked about, such as actual real club progression in the games, AI, you know, better AI management and so on. So there were quite a few things, but those two are the main things: global transfer network and better youth players. But there you go. Come on, Kelvin. Oh, he's nice. It's nice. Oh, he's done him. Oh, and I've lost the ball. Next question comes from where are we? Daniel Gregson. He says, answer this question. I could, but that's only a statement, so yeah. Next question comes from Jonathan Wall. He says, what equipment and or software do you use for YouTube? Keep up the good work, by the way. Thank you very much. I use Game Capture HD to capture my content and also do the basic cropping of the highlights. As for the fine editing to make the final video, if you will, I use iMovie. And the reason I use iMovie is because it's really basic, really simple, and I'm not really technologically, I think that sums it up right there, doesn't it? I'm not really savvy when it comes down to technology, so that's why I use iMovie, because it's so basic, do you know what I mean? iMovie is so easy to use, you know exactly what you're doing with the clips, and that's why I use iMovie. But yeah, Game Capture HD to get my content, and iMovie to actually make the videos. And it's a winning formula. I've been well, actually, I started off using ITV. That's not ITV, the network. That's ITV, as in the human eye, and TV. I started off using ITV to capture my footage back when I had my old MacBook back in 2011. But since making the jump from current gen to next gen, I've started using Game Capture HD, and it took me quite a while to get on with Game Capture HD. But once I sort of sorted out the main gripes I have with it to begin with, it became a lot easier. And it's a really good piece of hardware. And of course the software that comes with it is really good as well. So if you're someone who thinks about doing YouTube, I would definitely say Game Capture HD. Even though it does cost quite a bit of money, it's well over £100. It's still what I would consider the best option for a capture card, if you will, something to capture your gameplay. I say that to everyone. Game Capture HD should be the standard, really, if you want to make a success of YouTube, really, and really get the best out of your recording software and making the best quality videos. Next question comes from Nick Porter. He says, have you ever played Football Manager? Would you also ever consider uploading it if enough people requested it? I get requests to play Football Manager quite a lot, actually. There are quite a few subscribers, and oh, what a ball! Oh, I shouldn't have chipped that ball. The goalkeeper's quite tall. I should have gone for the shot, the drilled shot. I get quite a lot of requests from people saying, could you possibly do Football Manager? The reason I don't is because if you're subscribed to Nepenthez or you watch some of his live streams, you may have heard him say this a few times. Football Manager takes a long time to play, a really long time to play, a really long time to make. Getting footage for FIFA videos probably takes about a fifth of the time it would to get footage for Football Manager videos. It takes a long time to Football Manager. To play Football Manager, sorry, and you need a lot of time, which I currently don't have. I don't play Football Manager anymore because I just don't have the time for it. I love Football Manager, I really do. I have a couple of long-term saves which I'll never forget, but unfortunately I just don't have the time. Oh, Triggs hits the post and Robinson can't squeeze it in. Unfortunately, I just don't have the time to revisit those long saves. And every now and then I do load them up, especially my Manchester United one from FM11, I think it is. And also my Millwall one from FM09. I do load them up just to look at the players and see what I was doing and just get reminiscing. But I just don't have the time to revisit them or make a new save and play, even if I was going to put them on YouTube, because I just don't have the time to make those videos. If I was to do a Football Manager series, I probably wouldn't even be able to do daily FIFA videos anymore. I really wouldn't, because it just takes so long, it really does. And that's not me saying that as a bit of a cop-out. It genuinely does take a long time, so there you go. Or, if I was to do daily FIFA videos, they wouldn't be 10 minutes long anymore. They'd be like, 4 or 5 minutes long, which I don't think people would like to see. Because, oh, that's a penalty, ref, thank you. Because even though Football Manager is hotly requested by quite a lot of people, I don't think it's a good move for my channel career-wise at the time being. Next question comes from Connor. He says, are you ever going to do a face reveal? P.S. I love your videos. Thank you very much. The answer to that question is probably no. Excuse me. The answer to that question is probably no. I don't think I'll ever do a face reveal, because, yes, Carrasco scores in the Champions League final. I don't think I'll ever do a face reveal because, quite frankly, I've mentioned this before, I'm just really, really self-conscious. I hate my appearance, and every time I catch sight of myself in the mirror, I instantly look away. So I think having my face plastered on YouTube is not really a good thing. So yeah, I'm not comfortable with the idea. I have considered it a few times because quite a lot of people are interested in face cam videos. But at the end of the day, I just feel as though, the people that request it, feel free to request it, I don't mind. But just understand my reasons as to why I don't want to do a face cam. And, at the end of the day, I have shown my face. And my face is on my Twitter profile picture. If you go onto my Instagram profile, there's like 1 or 2 pictures of me. So people do, people can find out what I look like. But I don't want to do like a proper face cam, an actual proper loads of pictures. Because that's just not who I am. And I'm way too self-conscious for it. So, feel free to request it. I don't mind. But just understand my reasons for it. And hopefully you can understand. And that will be the end of that, really. I could have made it 2-0 there. Had that pass across been better. The Ox was never going to put a good ball in there. Oh, he didn't keep it on. Next question comes from Jude. He says, your opinions on YouTubers calling others for selling out. Do you know, I don't get involved with the FIFA community. I really don't. it's a really hostile environment, and there seems to be, you know, groups here and there, and there seems to be individuals hating on other individuals, and I don't get involved. I talk to a few people. You know, Nepenthez, obviously I've known since before YouTube. El De Niro I've known before YouTube. I talked to Jack, who otherwise known as Ezekiel Gaming. You know, I've talked to him a couple of times. He seems like a nice guy. But I never get too closely involved with anyone because I just, you know, at the end of the day, I just think there are too many people out there who sort of seek the drama, you know. I don't like it. And I'm not saying that applies to everyone. It's just that, you know, there's a lot of sort of drama for no reason in the FIFA community, and I just don't get involved. That's why if you go onto my Twitter profile, you'll see the only 2 FIFA YouTubers I follow, and Chris Smooth, if you want to put him into the category, because he does do FIFA every now and then, you know, are Nepenthez and El De Niro, and the reason behind that is because, well, I knew them before I did YouTube, and they're basically what I consider friends, not, you know, associates, if you will. So I don't get involved, and you know, when I do hear people saying, "Oh, you sold out, you're not who you used to be," and so on, the classic example is KSI. I just sit there and think, does it influence you in any way? You know, do you know what I mean? Does it influence you in any way? You know, KSI doing more and more business opportunity, more and more business ventures, and more, you know, more networking events, more work outside of the original sort of version of YouTube, such as working for Xbox and Microsoft, and that is an absolutely wonderful goal by Kelvin. That is truly wonderful. That was brilliant. You know, KSI working for people like Microsoft, and I can't think of any he's done recently because I'm not subscribed to him anymore. But you know, he does a lot of business opportunities. I know he worked with Kick TV and things like that. And you know, some people call him a sellout for that. I just sit there and think, you know, does it influence you in any way whatsoever? Does it stop you from earning money on YouTube? No. I mean, you know, me for example, does it stop me earning money from YouTube? What KSI's doing? No. So why does it bother me? Well, the answer is it doesn't. I don't care what KSI does, you know. He was a FIFA YouTuber, now he's an entertainment YouTuber, he's a comedy YouTuber, you know. So the idea of selling out for me is just, you know, what's he going to do? Turn down the opportunity to make money, you know? Seriously, is he really going to, do you know what I mean? Is KSI a businessman, you know, a self-made man at his age of, what is he, 19, 20? Is he really going to say, I'm not going to work for Microsoft anymore, I'm going to rip up my contract because even though I'm going to be earning thousands from them, tens of thousands, I don't want to be considered a sellout. You're a businessman. It will be so foolish to do that, and of course he doesn't. So I don't know. I mean, sure, like, don't get me wrong, I do understand where some people come from when they're subscribers of that person and they feel frustrated that they know that they're no longer that person they used to be. But you've got to understand it from his point of view. He's a businessman, okay? He's a businessman, and that's how it is. YouTube for some people is a hobby. For me, it's a hobby. It's also a part-time job. But for the big YouTubers, it's a business, and you have to understand that, you know. And I do understand some people's frustration. You know, if I was a big fan of KSI, you know, which, you know, I started watching KSI, like quite a lot of us did, back in FIFA 12 when he did his not Trek to Division 1, that was my series, his Race to Division 1 series. Everyone loved that. That's, in my opinion, the best thing he's ever done. It was hilarious. I look forward to every single video. It was great. And I do understand if you're someone that's been on his channel since then, like I was, it may be quite frustrating to know that he no longer does those type of videos, and he's changed his personality. But he's a YouTuber. He's a YouTuber, and he's also a businessman, you know. And over time, the market changes. Over time, the style of videos in terms of what's considered entertaining changes. And you've got to expect, if you want to make it in this market, you've got to change, you know. And I was talking to Nepenthez about this a couple of weeks ago, and he said, you know, one of the things for me, one of my biggest hindrances is that I don't change my style. My videos in FIFA 11 are pretty much the exact same as they are right now in FIFA 14. You know, they are driven in terms of gameplay, they are driven in terms of consistency. I don't do short videos with face cams and basically appealing to what is considered the norm in the market now, because that's who I am. I haven't really adapted to the market, and that's one of the reasons my channel hasn't sort of blown up, if you will. Whereas a lot of people do, and you can't really blame them for that. Some people want to make a success out of YouTube. I want to make a success out of YouTube. You know, most people do. And at the end of the day, if it means, you know, doing things which aren't what you started off doing, for example, for KSI, doing more business opportunities and less FIFA videos, well, you know, tough luck to the audience. You know, I'm sorry that we have to say that. You know, and although my videos have never changed, and they probably never will change, you know, I guess I sort of say this on KSI's behalf. You know, if you're a fan of his, you know, I'm sorry that his videos aren't the same as they used to be, but you've got to consider it from both sides of the coin. Is he really going to turn down the opportunity to earn tens of thousands of pounds, become more of a celebrity, and, you know, more known in the entertainment industry? And, you know, at the end of the day, YouTube could end, you know, tomorrow. You know, as a social media site, as a job for many of us, YouTube could earn tomorrow. There's nothing to say that YouTube might turn around tomorrow and say that we're stopping the monetization of people through third-party networks, for example. And, you know, for those of us that are with third-party networks, that'll mean our source of income dries up and we don't get any more money. You know, and that could mean that, you know, for me, my income would dry up. That could happen for all of us, you know. So, you know, KSI's a businessman. He's looking at it from two sides of the coin, and he knows what he needs to do to survive. So, you know, calling people sellouts just for trying to enhance their career, their working career, is, in my opinion, just ridiculous. That's like saying to someone, you want a new job, oh, you're such a sellout, you know, you're working in, you know, that's like saying to someone who really enjoys working in, I don't know, working in working as a lifeguard. That's their true passion in life. They love working as a lifeguard, and they really do enjoy that. Yet they're going to leave working as a lifeguard because it only gets the minimum wage, and they're going to start working as, you know, someone who trains to teach swimming lessons or something. Doing something relatively similar, but quite different, you know, in some ways. You know, and then for someone to turn around and say, oh, you're such a sellout, you never used to want to teach, you know, people how to swim, you just used to be interested in being a lifeguard, you're such a sellout, you're just doing it for the money. Well, you know, he's enhancing his career, you know, and it's the same with YouTube. And I do get passionate about it, because even though you can't apply the sellout tag to me because I haven't really done anything worthy of being considered a sellout or a money whore, I do get passionate about it, because when I see my fellow YouTubers, if you will, as if I'm ever going to meet KSI, when I do see people attacking people in my own field, I sit there and say, you know, leave them alone. They're trying to enhance their working career. Can't you understand that? YouTube is a job now for some people. It's not just a hobby for everyone anymore. And, you know, again, I want to say as well, don't take my opinions to heart. If you disagree, that's totally fine, you know, and if you do disagree, that's fine, I understand. And I completely understand where you're coming from as well, but also understand from our point of view as well. Understand from the point of view from people like KSI. So there you go. And I am sorry that I do get passionate about it, but I do get kind of frustrated when I see people getting called sellouts. You know, people in my field getting called sellouts just for trying to enhance their career. You know, but there you go. We're almost here in this Champions League anyway. We're 2-0 up. I can't see us losing it now. And anyway, and again, if you do disagree, you know, please don't take my opinions to heart. You know, if you want to have a calm discussion about it, feel free to let me know why you disagree in the comments, in a kind manner, in a mature manner. But yeah, that's just my take on it anyway. That's me defending people that get called sellouts, and hopefully you understand the reasons why. Next question comes from Enigma Ayo, and he says, is luck a real thing, or is it a way for people to gain confidence, e.g. when someone wishes you good luck before an exam? Luck is a real thing, but it's just a term. It's just another term for a positive or negative coincidence, you know. For example, if you play the roulette and you bet on red, you bet your life savings on red, and it goes on red, there's no skill in that. There's no skill whatsoever. That's just complete luck. But the term luck, just in that situation, would apply to, that's going to be 2-1, would just apply to that being considered a positive coincidence. The same way if you betted on red and it came up black, that would be a negative coincidence. So, you know, luck is a real thing when you define it properly, you know. For example, you use the exam there. If you're someone who, you know, you're going into a math exam and your strongest part of the math exam is algebra, and it turns out that 50% of that paper is on algebra, that's good luck. That's good luck that you've got, you know, you're into your specialist field. The paper is sort of focused on your specialist field. That's good luck. But it's also known as a positive coincidence. So it is a real thing, yes. But again, it's the term luck as well. You know, some people think they can sort of make their own luck, which I disagree with. But there you go. I'm going to go defensive because they could easily exploit my... Oh, what am I doing there? Exploit my backline. Next question comes from Scott Sullivan. He says, why did you decide to start uploading videos in the first place? It was a collection of reasons. The main one was because The main one was because I really, really, really wanted to do the sort of things that my favourite YouTubers did. I've talked about this before, because they really did entertain me, and they gave me happiness and enjoyment and entertainment during my darkest times, if you will. So, for example, I mentioned it before, there are two YouTubers for me that will always stand out. Oh, what a save, Lee. They're getting back into this game, Real Madrid. There are two YouTubers for me that will always stand out. The Rad Brad and Dunkus. Dunkus isn't going anymore, but the Rad Brad has made such a success of YouTube, and I'm so happy for him. They used to entertain me so much, and I always wanted to do the same thing, you know. So those are two of the reasons I really did get involved in YouTube. And also because Nepenthes told me that, you know, at the end of the day I could so easily do what he does and, you know, potentially turn it into a source of income, which of course ended up happening. It took a long time for it to happen, but it did. So Nepenthes is a big reason why I'm on YouTube, and I do owe quite a lot to him for that. Nep's a really, really cool guy. And yeah, I guess that's one of those things. Like, it was a case of, it was a collection of individual reasons. Like I said, I wanted to entertain people, like obviously quite a few people did, such as the Rad Brad and Dunkus. I wanted to give back like they did to me, to entertain kids who may not be currently enjoying their lives, just to have like 10 or 15 minutes a day of a good video, which will, you know, cheer them up, if you will. Also because, you know, Nep convinced me that it's a great hobby to do whilst you're currently unemployed, which at the time I was, and that there's no reason why I couldn't make a good success out of it, which I have. And, well, relatively anyway, not completely, but relatively successful at the moment, and long may it continue. And, oh, I didn't play the right pass there. I tried to play it to the edge of the area and I messed it up. And also miniature things as well, because, for example, I was unemployed at the time. I just got back from holiday in 2011, and I didn't really know what I was going to be doing with my life. So I picked up the microphone, I picked up a game, a HD PVR, and I started going. And yeah, I was unemployed. I thought I'd have to find something to fill the void, and I chose YouTube, and what a great decision it was. So yeah, there's like I said, a collection of different reasons, but those three are one of the main, three of the main reasons anyway. Oh man, I can't throw this away, surely. 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 Oh, what a ball. Oh, yes, Danny, right. Great challenge, son. Let's get that ball away. There we go. Let's go ultra defensive just to see the game out now. Next question comes from Arib, and he says... Damn it. He says, which would be worse, constant little lies or one big lie? Constant little lies. If you tell one big lie, you can redeem yourself by telling the truth from there on out and still become considered a trustworthy person. Whereas if you constantly tell little lies here and there, people will always question the validity of what you're saying. So, yeah, there you go. But, of course, neither of them are good examples. Always tell the truth. God damn it. Why do I always get a player injured in the final? It's not going to matter to even say. Next question comes from... Oh, I'm out of questions. I'm out of questions. Oh, well, I guess that's going to be the end of the video anyway, because we're coming towards the end of the game now. So long as Real Madrid don't score, that should be the end of it. And as well, guys, to end the episode off, you'll obviously see us lift the trophy because, you know, let's be honest, I can't see us conceding in stoppage time. To end the episode off, I'll be doing a live squad report, obviously, and we shall also be gearing up for the World Cup with Portugal, so look forward to that. I think it's the World Cup, isn't it? Yeah, 2022. Qatar 2022. Well, seemingly, so long as I don't concede here like an idiot, which I haven't done, and the referee's surely going to play full time. Come on, ref. There we go. So we've won the Champions League. Get the actual F in. We've won the Champions League. We've won it by 2-1. Carrasco from the spot, and then a lovely goal by Kelvin got our 2 goals. Illaramendi did pull one back for Real Madrid, but I think you have to say we were, in my opinion, worthy winners. And we have indeed won the Champions League. So very, very pleased with that. And yeah, I'm really happy. What can I say? It's great. It was our first season in the Champions League, and to win it is a really good achievement. You know, again, I will reiterate the point. A lot of people have asked me when I'll be leaving Millwall and when I'll be ending this series, and I did indeed say that I'm not going to leave until I've won the Champions League. We've done that now, so I am going to, you know, if any offers come in, I will definitely consider them. But I'm certainly not going to be looking for jobs all the time, do you know what I mean? I'll have a browse here and there, and if one interests me, yeah, I'll put in an application. But I'm not going to be searching for jobs every single week, so there you go. But Guterres is going to lift the trophy. We've won the Champions League. I'm absolutely delighted. If only this could happen in real life, eh? We've won the trophy, and yeah, I'm very, very pleased about it. And as I said, you know, maybe this could be our last full season at Millwall. I don't know, but we'll have to wait and see. But anyway, let's get on with this so I can quickly do the squad report and also show you the Portugal roster for the World Cup 2022. And yeah, it was a good final. It wasn't that poor, you know. Sometimes when I go into a live commentary final, I'm always worried that it's going to be a little bit subpar. But 3 goals, a really nice solo goal by Kelvin, and some good shots here and there by both teams. Quite an entertaining finals. Hopefully you guys really enjoyed it. And yeah, there you go. So let's look at our yeah, there you go. It wasn't the best. Don't get me wrong. It could have been better, but it was still relatively entertaining. You know, it really was. And who won man of the match? Was it Carrasco? Oh, it was epic. Carrasco wins man of the match in a Champions League final. Absolutely love it. So yeah, to end the episode, what I will do is a quick squad report, and I'll show you the Portugal roster for the World Cup 2022, and yeah, that will end it. And Robinson won't be out for the rest of this. Sorry, for next season. He's only got a 4-week injury. So let's do a quick squad report. Here's a useful monthly report. And oh, some of these players, man. This guy looks good. This guy looks meh. This guy looks meh. This guy looks terrible. This guy looks good. This guy looks relatively good. This guy looks relatively good. This guy looks meh. It's like this guy looks meh. And there you go. So that's our youth academy. And let's do a quick squad report to end the episode off with. And there you go. So Liali in 87. Oh yeah, I'll run you through the stats of the players as well. Look at that, man. Liali played 50 games and had a clean sheet ratio of almost 1 in 2. So yeah, let's quickly run you through the stats of the players. So if you want to take a look at the stats and how they did, feel free to pause the video at any time. And I will also show you the attributes of the players as soon as I've done this as well. As for what I'm going to do for next season in terms of buying players, I really don't know. I mean, this squad is unbelievable, isn't it? This squad is genuinely one of the best, if not the best in the world. I have no idea who I should be looking at next year, but I'm sure we'll find someone. I'm sure we'll find someone, but it really does look good, doesn't it? I'm very pleased with what we got so far, and yeah, I'm not really sure where I'll be looking. There is a goalkeeper I want to sign from Chelsea, but other than that, I don't really know. But let's look at the attributes as well. And again, if you want to pause on a particular player, feel free to do so. You can check out how good they are, where they've been improving on, and you can get your needs fixed if you're a fan of one particular player in this career mode. And yeah, what I think I might do as well is possibly re-sign Kevin Bartley and shift on Stefan Ninkov and just get him back in the side, because I know quite a few people do miss him. But yeah, this squad is looking really good. I'm really pleased with it. And yeah, the last thing I'll do as well, just before we end, is show the Portugal side, the Portugal roster we've got for the World Cup 2022. And Ronaldo's also retiring at the end of this in-game year, so this is his last hurrah to win the World Cup. So I've got to do it with him. I've got to do it. And as well, oh, I hate it when this happens. I know, did I forget to... No, it was on Portugal anyway, wasn't it? If I show you the squad, just keep in mind, this won't be the guaranteed first 11 and bench. I'll probably change it before the World Cup. It's just these are the players I've chosen, and this is what the game's put into a first 11 for me. So you can check out how good these players look. And I feel like we could possibly win the World Cup with this squad. It is very good, but... it could be quite a difficult task, because I'd imagine there are better nations in the game at the moment, in this period of time, in career mode. But yeah, this is the squad we'll be working with for Portugal in the World Cup, and hopefully we'll be able to win the World Cup with them. But what we're going to be doing is playing in the World Cup, of course, in the next episode, so look forward to that. Our group is Hungary, Ireland and South Africa. Now, we should definitely top that group. And yeah, let's just get ourselves up to that. So, as always, guys, a big thank you for watching the video. I really hope you have enjoyed it. If you have enjoyed the episode, please do leave a like, because it's much appreciated, and it really does help my channel out. And of course, it only takes a second. And yeah, I will see you for the next episode of Career Mode very soon, where we will, of course, have the World Cup with Portugal.